What's up, good people? Bernard Riley back in here with some more of this Black Media Mayhem. I know you already saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, so you already know what's going on. So let's go ahead, let's get ready to go. Let's get into this thing. A woman basically made a joke. Well, her and her boyfriend, husband, whatever they are, they both were in on it, making a joke about her being violent towards him in a relationship. I got nothing against a good joke, but let's look at this. Let's break it down. Let's see what's going on here.
All you girls in my DMs, all you hoes in my DMs, stay out.
Stay out.
I won't tolerate any disrespect in what I got going on with my woman.
What you got going on?
I'm dedicated to my relationship. Stop sliding in my DMs.
Sliding his DMs. I'm gonna slide that.
Yeah, she gonna slide that. So stay out and
he's happy.
I'm ecstatic.
Smile. You see, that's happiness.
Now, obviously, we live in a world where there are double standards, and a lot of the double standards I'm okay with. Some of them are beneficial to men, some of them are beneficial to women. At the end of the day, it is what it is. But one double standard that I think we should push back on is the double standard where women are allowed to be jokingly dismissive about being abusive towards men. We have to go this route. We have to look at it and say, what if it was flipped around? What if a man set his woman down, even if she was in on it, even if it was all a joke, they set her down and had her, had her on a filter where she's all abused and beat up, and he's coaching her through basically like a hostage, reading the hostage note that they didn't write, that type of situation going on there. And if they actually did that, where it was a man behind the camera and a woman on the camera, all the social media pitchforks and tiki torches would be broken out for that. And how could you do this for all the women that go through this, who go through this type of violence for real? How could you joke about that? How could you make light of that? And nobody is going to say that or think that when it comes to this man in this situation. And a lot of people are going to say, well, because men don't go through that like that, because men are in violent relationships like that. Well, on my live show, if you watch my live show, you know I've gone over this data plenty of times, but repetition is the mother of skill, so we will go through it again. So if you look down at the bottom where you see the Pac-Man character, that represents 84% of relationships. Yes, 84% of relationships are non-violent. 16% of them are violent. Of that 16% that are violent, it shows that 58% is bidirectional violence. That means both people beating each other up. The other 42%, it says that it's just unidirectional violence, meaning that only one person is doing the beating. One person getting beat, the other person doing the beating. That's in 42% of the violent relationships. 42% of the violent relationships, one person doing the beating, the other person getting beat. But of those unidirectional violent relationships, 33% of that is perpetrated by the man, and a whopping 66% of it is perpetrated by the woman, which means that in relationships where it's not bidirectional violence, but I mean just one person beating another person who isn't hitting them back, in those type of relationships, women are violent, are twice as violent as what men are, 66% versus 33%, which means statistically speaking, women are more violent than men in relationships. Men are more violent in general, but when it comes to domestic relationships, women are more violent than men. The only case that you can make is in the bidirectional violence. If you could possibly argue that, hey, it's the man that's winning those fights. You can make that case, but overall, when it comes to one person being hit and the other person not hitting back, that's women the majority of the time. So now I take you back to the gentleman that we had on the screen who was participating in a joke. And I understand the good joke. I get it. We make jokes about you violently. We laugh about the bus driver. We laugh about that bus driver uppercut. You're going to jail now. So I get jokes, but at the same time, we do have to speak up to the fact that it can't be dismissed and brushed away like it's not really a thing, like it's just some one-off thing that we could joke about when we're talking about a woman being violent towards a man, because we can see in the majority of unidirectional violent relationships that the woman is the one doing the hitting 66% of the time. So we can't laugh that off for the same reason that we wouldn't laugh it off if it was the other way around and it was the man who was behind the camera and the woman who was on the camera with her face bruised up going through the whole little joking process where he's saying like, and you're happy, right? Smile, smile. And she's sitting there fighting through a smile like, no, that would be canceled. That would be taken down. That whatever channel posted that, it would be lost. We understand how that would go and why that would happen, because we understand that women get a pass when it comes to being violent towards men. A woman could hit a man, punch him, to be beating him up, mushing his head, slapping him up all over the place. The guy strikes back one time and everybody rushes in. Hey, that's a female. And then the guy is tackled and took to the ground and apprehended. It's a citizen's arrest on that guy for defending himself. The simple fact that that exists explains why this exists, where we could have someone do that and it just do where we could have someone do what this individual did, what these individuals did, because the man and the woman was in on it. The man and the woman was in on it, willing participants. The mere fact that that can happen and nobody bats an eye and nobody thinks nothing of it further makes the point that we are desensitized to the fact that women are more violent than men in relationships. We don't even acknowledge it. It's not even a blip on the radar that it's even a thing, but it is. So it's worth looking at. It's worth checking out. It's worth trying to even wrap your mind around a woman being on that side of the camera with her face bruised up with a filter and making jokes about it with her man behind her. It's like, nah, that typically that would not go. That would be a cancelable offense. But that's all I got on that one. Let me know what you think in the comments section. There's another trip to this Black Media Mayhem, and we are out of here. Peace. We gone.